Hello everyone, in this tutorial I will be showing how to add interactive actions to Xibo layouts. For this example we are going to add a button region that when clicked or pressed will create a clock that will appear right next to it. So with that, let's get started. The first thing we need to do is have a layout, and we are going to create the button that the user will be tapping or clicking on. Let's go ahead and make it big. And I'm going to rename it button clock. And then next to that button, over on this side, we're going to have another region, which is where the clock will appear. Make it big, and we will name this clock area. There it is. Let's go ahead and save that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give this button some text that just simply says clock. Let's go ahead and save that. Go back here. Clock. Let's make it big and bold. That's good. Center it, and sure it's bolded. Now let's save it. Okay, so now our button is created. The next thing we want to do is add the clock into the region. Now, typically you would do so by going down to the widgets down here and dragging and dropping into the area, into the region. But since the clock is going to be triggered by a press or a button, we don't want to put it in the region. What we do is we want to put it in this area down here, and this area is designated for widgets that are going to be triggered by some sort of action. So we're going to go ahead and drag the clock down here. Now notice that the clock has a little banner down here that says no target. What we are going to do is we are going to link this widget to this region. And to do that, you simply click on the widget, and then up at the top here where it says target, we want to choose which region we want to link it to. So in this case, we're going to choose clock area. And we will click save. So now the clock is linked to that region. Then the next thing we need to do now is add the action to the button so that when the user presses the button, the clock will then appear. Let's go back. Let's go to the region. Now this is important to note. When you're adding actions, you want to make sure that you add the actions to the regions themselves instead of the widgets that are inside the regions. If you try to add actions to the widgets themselves, this will not work. So now that we have the region selected, we're going to go into Actions, Add Action, and for the trigger type, we're going to have touch/click. The action type, we're going to have it navigate to widget. The widget will be the clock, which is shown down here. And the target region, notice that it is already linked to the clock area region that we've already established beforehand. Now we click Save. And now the action is created. In order to satisfy the empty region error that we're getting up here, I'm going to go ahead and add some text to this area. Let's go ahead and go back. Go to text, the clock area, and in this case I don't want it to show any text, so I'm just going to put a space. And there you go. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and publish the layout. Publish. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and see, using the preview, to see if it worked. The preview might not be 100% accurate, but I believe the link should work. Yeah, yep, there it is. There's the clock. We clicked on it and the clock appeared. Now, depending on the timer you have set down here on the clock, you'll notice that it went away after 10 seconds. This timer can be adjusted to whatever length you want it to stay on the screen for. Play again, just to show you one more time. So this is where the big clock text would appear if this was actually on the Xibo player. If we click on that, you'll notice that the clock appears right next to it, just as intended. That is how you add an interactive action to a region.